A solid silver pocket marine timekeeper. This was found in London by two brothers. Unfortunately, they held on to the piece for 16 years, believing it to be a Victorian egg timer.
The dream of striking it rich with that op-shop find.
I'd like to start the bidding at £150,000.
Or that unopened box of family heirlooms. But how do you know if that weird old thing is treasure?
This lamp is worth between $80,000 and $125,000.
Or trash.
I think you could get between £200 and £300 for it.
That's all?
Yeah.
Hamish Welsh can tell you if you've got a knockoff or the real deal. A life spent as an appraiser and dealer of antiques, he's now travelling New Zealand, hosting his own roadshows, always on the lookout for something precious.
Well, here he is now, antiques dealer Hamish Welsh. Hamish, what is in hot demand right now?
Well, not very old things. I think it's more about New Zealand now, so it's not about old things. It's about things that are more about us and New Zealand. This is a Crownland vase made in New Zealand by Crownland, Ernie Shufflebottom. These I used to sell 30 years ago for $110. 5 years ago I sold one for $1,000. Today they're about $400.
Ah!
Wow.
So, you know, it changes all the time.
Do you get to surprise people when they come in and ask what something's worth and it ends up being a lot more than they expected?
Yeah, often, but often it's the thing they don't expect that's worth a lot of money, and the thing they think is worth a lot of money is actually often not worth a lot. So when I go into a house, that's why I do house calls, because you see something and you say, well, the thing you got me in for is worth $20, but your dog bowl is worth $200. Or, for instance, violins. OK, here's a good one. Last week, somebody brings me a Stradivarius violin, but I said to them, look, Stradivariuses are all copies, and all the Stradivariuses in the world have been accounted for, and it's a late 19th century copy, not worth a lot of money, maybe $200 or $300.
Is old technology collectible?
Oh, I think so. I think that's what the thing is that if you look at a wooden chair like that's survived 150 years, of course it has, because it hasn't been chopped up for firewood, it hasn't been riddled with borer. You get something like a jukebox or a stereo or an old computer that's still working or still in good order, and in some ways that's more commendable than a chair that's sat around for 150 years. That's probably why young people don't really care about old stuff so much.
What about this, Hamish? It's sporting memorabilia, America's Cup 1995, commemorative tankard. It's when we took the cup off the Americans for only the second time they'd ever lost it. Big day in New Zealand sporting history. And there's the tankard.
Well, it's like a lot of those things. They're valuable when it happens. It's like coronations or like royal things to do with the royalty. They're OK when it happens, but afterwards there was a huge furore when the America's Cup was on. There were auctioneers, there were Webbs, Dunbar Sloane were having big auctions. But a year or two later, not such a big deal. There's about $100 of silver in it, maybe, if it's sterling silver. But other than that, I wouldn't hang your hat on it.
OK. The America's Cup is not my fortune cup.
Hey, humorous, Hamish, what's the holy grail in New Zealand? What is one thing that one of our viewers might have in their home right now that might be worth a fortune?
Oh, a very early New Zealand painting, like a Goldie or a Lindau, or there's a William Hodges being sold here in Auckland, which somebody found in Germany for $30,000, and the estimate's $800 to $1 million.
Ooh.
I wish that was me.
Well, Hamish, thank you for your time.
OK, no problem.
Welcome along to the project. Look, Jason Gunn's here, everybody.
Wow. So good to be here. Also, very timely at the moment for me. A few months ago, Mum passed away, and so we're going through that really, you know, challenging time of just going through a home and just, you know, going through stuff, you know, and finding little bits of possible treasures or possibly not. And it's, yeah, the stories, the stories that come out of these things. Yeah, these things may be worth a lot or not, but boy, the stories, the memories.
Anything particularly interesting that you've come...
Well, funny you should bring that up, yes. In a drawer, in her bedroom, in the bottom drawer there, I pulled out, and wait for this, everybody, I pulled out, in pristine condition, a son of a gun T-shirt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jason and Thingy on the back, one of the originals.
God.
She still held on to it.
I will give you...
Here we go.
At least $73 for that T-shirt.
Oh, we could throw this out there. I mean, I haven't come here to make money, but if I've got to, I will.
That is, oh man, that is like, that's a piece of, get it to Te Papa.
Was it her fault that you were in the bottom drawer and her more favoured siblings were in drawers 1, 2 and...
We don't talk about the top drawers, OK?
OK.
If you have something that you'd like appraised, Hamish, who we just spoke to, will be doing road shows in West Auckland next week, but he goes around the whole country, so check out his website. The details are on our Facebook page.
And if you have a spare $20, I need it so I can get that T-shirt.
Here we go.